They heard her sing one night in a hotel bar in Kansas City. Weeks later, they were back home in England, and they couldn't forget that voice. So they returned to the USA, they tracked her down, and helped her get a record deal. Oleta Adams will tell us the whole story in moments. This is AT40. I'm Shadoe Stevens, and here's one of 12 artists in the countdown for the first time. She was discovered by Tears for Fears, up 3 to number 11. It's Oleta Adams, and Get Here.
You can reach me by railway. American Top 40.
Until last year, she made a living in hotel piano bars singing standards, Motown, and Top 40. That's what it took to get here. At number 5, Oleta Adams. With all the hit back songs and stories, this is American Top 40. I'm Shadoe Stevens. So there they are, Kurt Smith and Roland Orzabal from Tears for Fears. They're sitting in a hotel bar in Kansas City after one of their concerts, and suddenly they hear this voice. And they're back home in England sometime later, and they can't forget that voice. What happened next? Well, we'll just let singer Oleta Adams take over from there.
2 years later, they hunted down my number, which is unlisted, and told me the story of hearing me in Kansas City, because I don't really remember their being there. And then they flew to Kansas City just to talk to me over a period of 2.5 to 3 days. And they laughed when I picked them up the next day. I said, I have a band. And Roland laughed so hard. He thought it was so funny. And he said, this is cool. This makes me feel like we're on tour. So here they are sitting in the captain's chairs and stuff. I'm riding, and I'm taking them around. Went to my house and played my piano and sang. They sang to me, I sang to them, and they played with my dogs, and I still had to work. Then they came to my gig. It was great, and that's when I started taking them serious.
Well, Roland and Kurt invited Oleta to be on the next Tears for Fears album. She played piano and also sang on one of the tracks that became a Top 40 hit, Woman in Chains. And now Oleta has her own Top 40 hit, co-produced by Roland Orzabal. At number 30 on American Top 40, this is Get Here.
You can reach me by railway.